Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're tackling something I think pretty much everyone has felt. That horrible moment in a conversation.
Oh,
You're talking, trying to sound natural, relaxed, maybe trying to impress someone, and then poof, your mind just empties. Static.
the dreaded freeze.
Totally. You can't find the word, you trip over grammar, and the whole thing just stalls.
Yeah,
And the sources you shared, they seem laser focused on exactly how to beat that moment.
that's right. Our mission here is really practical. We want to pull out the actual shortcuts, the simple techniques, the phrases, the mindset shifts that let you sidestep the panic.
Okay.
It's about helping you, the listener, keep that conversation flowing, sound engaged, confident. Even if, your vocabulary isn't perfect, it's confidence we're after, not flawless grammar.
Right. Confidence over perfection. I like that. Okay. So let's dig in. Before the solutions, the sources give us a diagnosis, right? Why do conversations stall in the first place?
Yeah, they nail it down to two main culprits, basically. Two things that stop the rally before it gets going.
Culprit number one.
Well, the first one is what you might call paralysis by analysis. You're just overthinking it massively, putting huge pressure on yourself. Find the perfect word, get the grammar exactly right, say something brilliant. And all that mental effort, that internal editing, it just freezes your brain.
You're trying to be a machine, not a person talking.
Exactly. You're not focused on connecting.
And the second reason, conversations die.
This one's maybe less about anxiety and more just mechanics, a lack of momentum. So you answer a question, maybe okay, but then nothing. You don't know what to ask next. You don't know how to add something after your turn. Silence. And it feels loud.
Yeah, that awkward sound. Okay, so overthinking and running out of steam.
Right. And what's really interesting is the core solution the sources offer. It's fundamentally a mindset shift. It's not about being linguistically perfect.
It's about
Connection.
Yeah.
Simple as that. A good conversation is about connection. And the sources use this great metaphor. I think it really clicks.
which is,
Conversation is like playing ping pong.
okay, ping pong.
Yeah. Both people have to keep hitting the ball back. If you hold on to it too long, thinking about the perfect shot,
Or if you just don't hit it back at all.
the game stops dead. You need
Yeah.
that back and forth to keep the energy, the connection alive.
I love that visual. Okay, so if connection is the goal and ping pong is how we play, we need some moves, right? Some techniques to keep that ball in the air.
Exactly. And we've pulled out 4 really practical ones from the sources, things you can use immediately. They tackle both the overthinking and the momentum problem.
All right, let's hear them. Technique number 1. Okay, first up, ask open-ended questions. Now, this isn't, revolutionary advice, maybe. Heard it before.
Right, but the way the sources frame it is key. It's about forcing a longer response, getting more conversational material.
So instead of, do you like coffee, which is just a yes-no.
Exactly, that's a closed question. The rally dies right there if they just say yes.
So you ask.
You ask something like, what kind of coffee do you usually go for? Or how do you normally make your coffee at home? Something they can't answer with one word.
Ah, okay, because then their answer gives you more stuff to talk about, more angles.
Precisely. It keeps the game alive. And that flows right into tip number 2.
Which is?
Share something about yourself immediately. This is your main return shot in ping pong. You have to contribute.
Right. Not just ask questions. I catch myself doing that, just nodding and asking the next thing. It's so easy to do. But you become an interrogator, not a conversation partner. The sources really stress this. Connection happens when you volunteer something, too. So if they say, oh, I love a good cappuccino, I don't just say, okay.
You bounce it back. Oh, me too. I usually have one first thing in the morning. Helps me wake up before tackling emails. See? You've added something. Shared a bit. Opened a new door.
You kept the ball in play and added your own spin. Perfect analogy. Now, technique number 3 is about energy. React and respond emotionally. Okay, what does that mean exactly?
It means showing you're engaged, not just processing information like a computer. Using small verbal reactions makes your voice sound friendlier, warmer. It signals interest.
And encourages them to keep talking, I guess.
Totally. It shows you're actually listening, not just waiting for your turn.
So what kind of reactions are we talking about? The sources give examples. Yeah, simple, natural stuff. Things like, oh, interesting, or wow, really, or that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Little bursts of energy.
Exactly. High energy cues. And notice, using these helps fight that overthinking pressure too, right? You're showing engagement without needing a complex, perfect sentence. Good point. Okay, so open questions, share something, react emotionally. What's number 4? Number 4 is keep it balanced. Or maybe think of it as adding personal flavor. This kind of pulls the other three together.
So don't just stick to one thing.
Right. A good conversation has texture. You can't only ask open-ended questions or it still feels a bit like an interview. You need to mix it up.
Mix questions with?
Short stories, opinions, maybe a relevant joke if it fits. That personal flavor is what makes you interesting to talk to.
Got an example?
Sure. You ask, do you like traveling? They say, yes, absolutely. Instead of just asking where, you add your flavor first. Oh, me too! I'm obsessed with beach destinations. Last year, I finally made it to Okinawa. It was stunning. Have you been anywhere like that?
Ah, okay. You ask, shared, reacted implicitly with enthusiasm, and then asked again. You hit the ping pong ball back with extra spin.
That's the idea. Ensures it comes back with energy.
All right, so those are the big techniques for the flow. But what about those moments during the rally when you panic? You forget a word or you just need a second?
Yeah, the tactical stuff. This is where the specific phrases come in handy. We need tools not just for showing interest, but also for, well, recovering gracefully when you stumble.
Because stumbling happens.
It absolutely does. Remember, confidence isn't about never freezing. It's about how you handle it when you do.
Okay, so what phrases help show interest and keep the energy up? The quick ones. Think of these as like little verbal nods. Quick, punchy, confident sounding. Things like, that's cool, or no way, really, or even just, huh. How did that happen?
Yeah. Shows instant engagement without needing much processing time.
Okay, and then phrases to deliberately keep it going. To pass the ball back. These are your momentum builders. Explicitly inviting them to continue. What about you?
Classic. Simple but effective, totally. Or have you ever tried doing that? Or the really open invitation. Tell me more about that. It puts the ball squarely back in their court.
Right.
But the big one, the panic moment, forgetting a word, misunderstanding something. What do you say instead of just freezing or blushing?
This is crucial. Panicking kills the conversation. Silence kills it. These recovery phrases show you're still in the game, still comfortable, even if you're momentarily stuck.
So instead of just silence,
You choose engagement. You could ask totally confidently, what's the word in English for that? Or, sorry, how do you say that again? Takes the pressure off finding the word yourself immediately.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or if you didn't get it, sorry, could you explain that bit again? Or even better, try to clarify. I'm not sure I quite followed. Did you mean X? Okay, so using those actually shows confidence, not weakness, because you're prioritizing understanding.
Precisely. It shows you value the connection enough to make sure you're both on the same page. That's highly confident behavior.
Okay, we've got the strategy, the mindset, the tactical phrases. Let's see it in action. The sources had a little dialogue example, right? To see the ping pong happen. Yeah, let's break that down. It starts simple. Person A asks, hey, do you like movies?
Oh, wait, hang on. That's a closed question. Didn't we just say not to do that?
Ha, good catch. See, that's the nuance, right? Sometimes a quick closed question's fine to just like test the waters. Find common ground quickly. Okay, but the flow depends entirely on the return shot.
Yeah.
Watch what person B does. They don't just say yes, they say, yeah, I love them. I just watched a new action movie last weekend. So person B immediately applied tip 2, share something. They opened it up. Exactly. They provided the flavor. That keeps it going. So person A follows up logically. Oh, nice. Which one? Makes sense. Person B answers, it was Mission Impossible. The action scenes were amazing. Okay, simple answer. Now person A needs to return the ball.
And watch how they do it. They combine a few things. They don't just ask another question. They react first, tip 3, connect, and then ask an open-ended question, tip 1.
So they say,
Really? I haven't seen that yet. That's the reaction and connection. Then, do you like Tom Cruise? Still a bit closed, but leads towards opinion.
okay. And person B answers about Tom Cruise, maybe adds a bit more. And then crucially, they use a momentum builder phrase. Yeah, he's great in those. What kind of movies do you like? Yay! Pass the ball back. Perfect.
Totally. Demands a contribution from person A. And person A then uses tip 4, the personal flavor. I usually prefer sci-fi like Interstellar. It makes me think.
Yeah.
And boom, conversation flowing. See how it worked? It wasn't about like complex sentences or fancy words.
No, it was little reactions, sharing bits of info,
Yeah.
asking questions that invite more than one word.
It was a back and forth, the curiosity, the energy of the exchange. That ping pong rally.
Okay, so zooming out then. The big takeaway here isn't just about speaking English better in a technical sense.
Not at all. It's about showing up as engaged, curious, and human. It's about demonstrating active listening through these techniques when you show that curiosity.
The other person feels heard, connected.
Exactly. Their anxiety drops. And guess what? Yours probably does too. It feeds off itself.
So let's boil this down for you, the listener. What are the absolute key things to try? Like today.
Yeah.
Okay, first, mindset, connection, momentum, not perfection. Forget perfection. Got it. Connection, not perfection. Then, the actions. Default to open-ended questions. Always try to react somehow. Show you're listening a little. Oh, wow. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
And share something. Add your personal stories, your opinions. Don't just ask.
Yes. Hit the ball back. Don't just receive it. And practice those recovery phrases. Have them ready.
Right. Knowing you can recover gracefully if you blank takes away so much pressure.
Absolutely. Confidence comes from knowing you can handle the stumbles, not from believing you'll never stumble.
The sources mention practicing, right? Even for short bursts.
Yeah, just 5 minutes a day. Seriously. Talk to a friend, find an online practice partner, even talk to yourself in the mirror. Just get used to the rhythm. Consistency is key, not duration.
Okay, so what does this all mean? If the core problem is that paralysis by analysis, that pressure cooker in our heads, and the solution involves these simple techniques, especially tip 3, reacting emotionally with things like no way or that's interesting. How does practicing that simple reaction change the pressure? Maybe the best practice isn't vocabulary drills. Maybe it's just practicing giving yourself permission.
Permission to be.
To be, naturally imperfect, to just react. Maybe that's the most powerful return shot you can practice today. Even if it's just in the mirror, go practice that.